Hello everyone. Today I'm going to draw a window and then I'm going to share with you all the details during my sketching and drawing process. This exercise is going to be quite challenging, I would say, because I'm using a 200 GSM base paper, white base paper, and then very light colors. So at a certain moment in time, it's going to be very challenging for me to fight against the base of the board. The base paper, it's coated, but at the same time, it's just 200 GSM, so, but it is good. It's going to be interesting. Now I'm on the sketching process. As you can see, I'm getting the major proportions of the window. Just put some more details here and there, like the vase and the bricks. It's just to highlighting those details before I start coloring. And then when we start coloring, here is the overall look of the window itself. You're going to see that I'm going to use a bit of yellow as a base, and then I use a slightly darker yellow, a bit more orangey, in order to have the contrast of the bricks, because my idea is to make sure that the bricks are kind of coming through from the wall itself, and then you can see minor details of the bricks itself. So it's a very tiny detail, but then you have to go little by little, and then I'm pretty much sure that they're gonna come up as I progress on my drawing. As you can see, I'm using a bit of black as well to highlight a little bit more the details, which I quite like. I always like to use black, by the way, either pencil or a pen. Both of them I quite like to use. So now I'm putting a bit of base of the gray, and then I start by adding a bit more dark colors. Yeah? As usual, we always start with the lighter colors, and then little by little start adding, let's say, darker shades. So I started with a very light gray, and then I moved for darker gray, and then now a bit of black in order to have, let's say, this nice and good contrast, as you can see here. And then in a moment I will start with the inner part, the central part of the window, and then I will use a bit of yellow. So it's going to be a bit of yellow and a bit of darker yellow, a bit orangey, a bit redder, so that I want to have, let's say, this nice texture of the wood itself. This is what I'm trying to achieve here. And then as you can see, I'm putting a lot of attention on the fiber direction. Please make sure that the fiber directions are respected, so that you can get, let's say, a nice outcome of the texture of the wood itself. And then on the darker shades, I'm using a bit of black to highlight a bit more the colors, to make sure that it comes through. Now playing a little bit with the green, just to have some flowers in there, and nice vase as well. And then I start adding a bit more black in order to have a bit more contrast. And then as you can see here, in most of my drawings, this is what I do, and this is what I say all the time. Please do not work in one single part of your sketch or your drawing, So you always need to have, let's say, this overall idea on how the sketch looks like, the drawing looks like, and all the details as well. As you can see, I put a bit more black now with the black pen, trying to, let's say, to highlight every single detail of the wood itself, in order just to, let's say, to make sure that this kind of 3D effect comes through. And then just playing now with very tiny details, just to highlight the woods itself. As you can see, I don't play in one single part of the drawing, the sketching, as I highlight most of the time. And then that's the idea, that's the overall idea, because when you do that, let's say, you have full control on the colors and the shades. And like I mentioned before, this is a 200 GSM base paper, and then I'm using very light colors. So the challenge is quite high in order to achieve, let's say, a good color balance. Now I'm trying to highlight even more the details and the fibers of the wood. You can see that I use the pen always in the same direction, very soft. Don't rush, don't push yourself too much, don't stress. Just go peacefully, just go slowly but steady, and just make sure that you can capture all the details. You see how I play with the black pen and just try to achieve the most I can from the base paper as well. Just highlight very minor details from the wood, and then little by little they start to appear to come up. So that's the beauty, that's the best part of sketching, I would say. This is one of the parts that I like the most during my sketches, is just to take the black pen and to make this kind of finishing where you have to pay a lot of attention, because as I have mentioned before, these colors are very light and I'm using black. And then if you do not pay attention properly, you may screw up your whole drawing, So you need to be careful, you need to be mindful on how you use the shades, especially towards the end of the execution, because now I have a lot of colors on the base paper, as you can see here. That's the overall look. I want to have, let's say, a very old look for this window. This is what I'm doing here. And then I think it was a very good and nice, interesting exercise that I have done today. Again, go slowly, steady, pay attention to minor details. Don't put too much color as well, because otherwise you may overwhelm your overall drawing and then how it looks. Go little by little, just enjoy the moment, have some freedom, do the best you can. And then as I say all the time, just have fun, just enjoy the moment, do the best you can. I really hope you have enjoyed this video. This was a quick one today. Please subscribe to my channel and let's keep moving on. Thank you.